The role of spirituality is something which, from what I've seen, is something that is present in most, if not all, arts. I mean, I think you can look back to the beginning. When you look at cave paintings, that the people who were painting those, making those paintings, were spiritual people, and so, I think today we've kind of, separated, the meaning of art and its roots in spirituality. And so I think for many artists that I work with, I feel that, part of the sense of spirituality is being in communion with community, you know. But how does that really translate, and how it looks like is different from artist to artist. We've tended to associate the idea of spirituality with religion, and I think that has even complicated it even further, because then we've ended up creating silos of what we consider to be religious art, ritualistic art, all these names that we give the practice. But at the end, for me, it still is that the fact that we are making in order to communicate. So there is a sense of deeper meaning that we want to share with people in the world. I think spaces like this are incubators. They allow the artist to spend more time thinking about the practice, but also thinking about what it might mean to present the work in the world. Because I think there is the process of making, but there's also the process of living, in which the artwork sort of it does its own thing once it leaves the studio. So I think having a scholar in residence provides another lens in which the artist is able to sort of share and to question what it is they're doing and how they might think of what they're doing in a different way. For the scholar, at least in my case, it provides a moment to listen. At least in my case, because so often you have the pressure of trying to draw from many different strands, trying to understand and trying to articulate an idea. I think in this case, given the particular focus of the foundation, I think it's forced me to kind of slow down and listen, because I think it is about trying to tap into where you are. So while I'm having conversations with the artist, I'm also listening to the environment around me. It's also listening to my heartbeat and trying to think about what is the next step for me. How's that gonna look, given now I've had this experience. I don't know, but it's something that I think you feel is tangible. And I think only time can really tell what the outcome might be, because I think in these kinds of spaces, you have to work through the process. And it shifts your mind in a way that maybe right now I am not really, I can't begin to articulate. But I think it is with time, something's going to happen.